Starting at shooting guard at 6'4", number 4,
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Minnesota. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And checking out Houston, just way behind.
I think for Minnesota, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectation. But I think this team could take it to another level if they get rolling.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Nas Reed out there with Thomas. And it's Conley in at the point guard. And for Houston, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Brooks is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame. Here's Van Vliet. Sweet move. And the layup, good by Şengün.
Let the big fella eat. Şengün just doing his thing down low.
Edwards looking it over. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And Edwards drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And here's Thompson after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. On the wing, Brooks. McDaniels defending. 4 on the clock. Brooks misses.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
McDaniels passes to Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Brooks outside. Back to Van Vliet. They need this. Thomas grabs the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Brooks.
A moment to check out the numbers for Fred Van Vliet. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 20 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
That one falls.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Here is Edwards. The Rockets making the shot. Green with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Charge to Houston.
Look now at who's leading the league in the rebound department. Rudy Gobert, third.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
And the Rockets with possession here. 6-point game. Şengün with a screen on Conley. Inside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
First one falls for him. Stan, when you were faced with back-to-back games, did that factor into your game planning at all?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, it factored into what we did in preparation, practice the day before the back-to-back set. But I was a one-game-at-a-time guy, and whatever it took to win that night was what we were going to do, and then we'd worry about the second game when that one was over.
He's off on the second. And the defense of the Timberwolves, Stan, as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done. Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Pass to Reed. And here is Thomas. Here's McDaniels. Here's the three. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Directing the offense, Fred VanVleet, the quintessential floor general.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Conley kicks to Reed. Pass to Edwards. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Thomas. Knocks it down from 7 feet.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Minnesota. Outside Conley. Back to Thomas. Fades and shoots. It's rebounded by Houston. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, they were coughing it up all over the place. For whatever reason, they could not find the handle.
And here is Conley following Fred Van Vliet's three. Edwards kicks to Reed. Out to Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And it's off from three-point range. For Houston, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Thunder.
Well, they couldn't buy a bucket at times, and that's frustrating, and that game was not their friend.
Well, you have to give the defense credit for making things hard on them, but they just looked out of sync offensively.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Van Vliet. He had 22 points in the win against Golden State. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage, slipping past there for the finish.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Brooks grabs the board.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 5. Here's Şengün. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Minnesota in the lead. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Şengün against Reed. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Lock at 6. Here's Thomas. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Thomas got 6.
Jaden McDaniels.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Şengün passes to Van Vliet. Outside, Green. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Van Vliet against Conley. And here's Green outside. Good on the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's McDaniels. Still scoreless. Reed misses. Rockets have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Van Vliet finds Brooks. Now Şengün, 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Van Vliet. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. He's got 7.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
All right, fans, it's Tex Cam time. Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. You must have left your dancing shoes at home. We have a dancer.
changes. Adams comes in for Şengün. And Tari Eason subbed in for Brooks. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert's checked in for Thomas. Julius Randle comes in for Reed. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Mike Conley. DiVincenzo kicks to Randle. Outside Edwards. Over Green. That's good from Edwards on the assist from Randle. Edwards got 13.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Eason, a screen on DiVincenzo. Thompson finds Eason. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Minnesota's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Pass to Randle. Over Eason. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Rockets. Thompson outside. Adams with the screen on DiVincenzo. It's Thompson off the drive. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go. And Houston again with the bucket.
He's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Timberwolves shooting 45% from the field early. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. 5th best, Anthony Edwards.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Cam Whitmore comes in for Thompson. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Jalen Green. Timberwolves also changing it up. Garza's checked in, and it's Joe Ingles in for Randle.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Here's Van Vliet. Ingles with the rebound. Minnesota in the lead. For 3, Edwards. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Van Vliet looking around. Down low. Here's Şengün. Off target at the rim. Şengün's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. 34 seconds left in the first. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Offline with his 3. Here's Houston now. They trail by 1. The shot by Holiday, no good. Here's Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Now Van Vliet. Launches from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, up 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
We've got Alperon Şengün. Tari Eason is out there with Whitmore. Then there's Shepard, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's Eason. To the wing on the left. Şengün finds Whitmore. Drills the three-pointer. Whitmore's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
To the paint. Puts it up from 12. Thomas, no good. Houston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Holiday, the pass to Easton. And some nice passing there by Houston. And a wide open look for Whitmore. Those three-pointers off the mark.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Dillingham. And Thomas with the stuff.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And here are the Rockets now. After the basket by Minnesota. It's good.
A guy who is ready to fight for it. Şengün using that strength to get that one to go.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And here is DiVincenzo. Hasn't made one yet. And Alperon Şengün gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Brooks checked in. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham with it. Shot on the wing. Thomas kicks to DiVincenzo. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Holiday looking over the floor. Şengün with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Thomas will bring it up for the Timberwolves. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Minnesota shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
One shot.
You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks with no one around. Money from the wing.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Thomas. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Here's Ingles. Pass to Thomas. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
To the middle. DiVincenzo finds Ingles. Back to DiVincenzo. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Now it's a 7-point Minnesota lead.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Now here is Holiday. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Whitmore. Brooks left side. Lets it go from 14. And Şengün is right there.
Not giving up on the play. Şengün locked in.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Thomas sets a screen for Dillingham. DiVincenzo with it. Thomas a screen. Now Dillingham. And another shot. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. Let's take a look at the numbers for Fred VanVleet.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately. Just by looking at the true shooting percentage, it's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Rockets. Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Dillingham. Now here's Brooks. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Şengün with the bucket.
Great timing and a really good read there from Şengün. Spaces the floor and is rewarded.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
The Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Now we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
So it's the Timberwolves now. 3-point lead. Now, here's Ingles. Defense right on him. Thomas a screen. Here's Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. A fadeaway. And it's Whitmore missing. Timberwolves leading by 3. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Thomas. Ingles finds Thomas. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's VanVleet. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Thomas. Minnesota shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. To the inside. And stolen by Şengün. Pass to Whitmore. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Thomas got 15 rebounds here tonight.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
They need this one. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Brooks, the pass to Eason. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
First personal foul.
Minnesota shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. Houston making some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. And it's Green in for Whitmore. Minnesota also making some changes. McDaniels, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Edwards in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there are so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
And here are the Rockets now, following the three by Minnesota.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Thomas, a screen on Green. For three, Edwards. It's hauled in by Adams. Rockets trail by 6. Deflects the pass. McDaniels against Brooks. Takes a 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
And he makes the first.
Well, if you want to know where commitment and hard work can get you, follow Naz Reid's career. Everyone who counted him out is eating their words right now.
And the Rockets making a change here. Smith has checked in. Both free throws good from Reid.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Brooks outside. Back to Van Vliet. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got assist number 5 here tonight.
It's been all Van Vliet tonight, and one of the best undrafted players in league history.
Now here's McDaniels. Nothing on the board. Here's Reid. Good on the three-point shot. Reid's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And Adams kicks to Brooks. And the wide-open shot from Green. No good from outside.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Reed. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And showing some fearlessness there. Smith doesn't mind getting hit while taking the shot.
Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Free throw drop for Smith.
A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Smith hits them both. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think, number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Amen Thompson, he's checked in for the Rockets. Conley sets a screen for Reed. No good on the 3.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Inside. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
The free throw dropped for Şengün.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Şengün with the traits every coach loves.
Julius Randle's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Şengün hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Now Edwards. Last game he had 28 points. 3-pointer. Edwards cashing in from outside.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Outside, Green. Van Vliet against Conley. Can he keep it going? Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to McDaniels. No good on the triple. Thompson looking for an opening. Şengün with a screen on Conley. Şengün inside. And that does it for the first half of play. Timberwolves lead by 8. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And for that matchup with the Jazz, this looks like a complete toss-up to me. Talent level is similar. These games often come down to a few key plays.
And if that's the case, we'll see who has the better closers tonight. And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Houston Rockets.
Well, their problems start on the backboard, and it's not just a few unlucky bounces. It's an activity, Shaq.
Which is something you can fix if you want to, but I'm not seeing a lot of want to from them.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Here's Van Vliet. On the court for Minnesota. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Thomas is out there with Reed. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Now here's Green. Trailing here by 8. That 3 off the mark.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Outside Conley. Pass to Reed. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. And for Houston, they're shooting about 42% so far. Here's Van Vliet. Missed it for the 8th time in 15 tries from the floor. Thomas with the ball. Great defense that time from Şengün. Brooks the best of Van Vliet. Houston moving the ball around. Brooks outside. Just 5 on the clock. A shot. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Brooks has got the first bucket of the third here for the Rockets. And here is Conley. He's got 6. Pass to Reed. Over Thompson. Reed misses.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Thompson misses.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Conley kicks to Reed. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Reed's got 11.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Even now, Stan in his late 30s, Mike Conley still able to perform at a very high level.
Well, Kevin, his father was a gold medalist in track and field. So even as Mike Jr. has maybe lost a step, he's still able to compete athletic.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. Knocks down the 3 ball. Van Vliet's got 20.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that three-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Look at the numbers for Green. Right around 21 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the basket by Thomas.
A developing part of McDaniel's game that could elevate him to the next level.
Rockets trail by 10. Outside, Green. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Edwards. Pass to Thomas. Now McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. Pulls from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Van Vliet outside. Şengün with the ball. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 4 assists in the game. Timberwolves leading by 8. Outside Conley. Pass to Reed. For 3, Edwards. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Misses the 3. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Houston. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. McDaniels with the ball. No scoring in this one. Edwards against Green. 5 to shoot. And Anthony Edwards hits from deep.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 20. Şengün, no good. Van Vliet against Thomas. Shoots over Van Vliet. Tries again. Thomas gets the bucket. Thomas got the lead up to 13 now for the Timberwolves.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Now here's Van Vliet. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Thomas. Outside Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Michael Conley is second.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
And that's something he can really use to his advantage. It gives him an edge against more imposing defenders.
And the first one drops. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Rockets trail by 14. And Thompson kicks to Van Vliet. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him. Shoots over Reed. And Şengün gets it to go on the assist from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 5th assist in this one. Now here is Conley. 6 points for him. Shoots over Van Vliet. Kept alive, Minnesota.
Well, they're all over the offensive glass right now, and it's a big reason that they're ahead.
And that one, good.
Well, Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
Van Vliet passes to Green. Brooks kicks to Thompson. A three-pointer, no good. Minnesota leading by 14. Here's Thomas. And the layup falls. Thomas got 8 here in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now, here's Green. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Thompson passes to Şengün. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Thomas. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists tonight. Here's Green. Down low. Here's Şengün. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Thomas. 24 points for him. The offensive rebound. And then Thomas with the jam.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Houston making a switch. Eason's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Back to Green. Thompson outside. Clock at 6. To end the run. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here is Conley. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Picked by Reed. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Unloads. Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got 22 points.
And what a tool for Van Vliet to have. We know he is great driving it. So when he's using the pull-up, it's really effective.
Now here's Reed. He's got 12.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Here's Green. Şengün trying to free himself up. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 5.
Putting his size to use. Green's got great length, and it helps him there inside.
Alexander Walker passes to Reed. Pulls in another board. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Now, here's Şengün. He's got 15. For 3, Van Vliet. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Thomas. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Timberwolves. Edwards can't hit. Rockets trail by 19. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Şengün.
And now look at the numbers for Edwards. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's averaging 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
No good on the free throw for the Rockets. Whitmore, he's checked in for Thompson. Aaron Holiday comes in for Jalen Green. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Garza's checked in, and it's Joe Ingles in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And he sinks the second. Minnesota leading by 18. Outside, Edwards takes the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. The shot by Holiday, no good. Timberwolves shooting 41% for the game. Edwards passes to Garza. No good on that one. Great defense that time from Şengün. And for Houston, they're shooting 40% from the field. Pass to Eason. Drives to the hoop. And Thomas with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Thomas against Eason. Outside Holiday. Clock at 4.
And offensively, they have laid an egg here in the second half. The missed shots are piling up, and their field goal percentage continues to plummet.
Pass to Garza. And Edwards with the stop.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now Easton. Here's the lob to the hoop. And Whitmore throws it down.
Well, there's no shortage of verticality to Whitmore's game. He makes for a big target above the rim.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Garza's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Highly skilled and intuitive. Şengün is a handful. This is where some people compare him to a Jokic.
Şengün taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Brooks checked in for the Rockets. That one is no good. Timberwolves leading by 20. Here's Edwards. Up and in on the layup. Edwards got 25 points in the game.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
No good. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We come back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Dylan Brooks out there with Green, and then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Fred VanVleet, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets trail by 20. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game? And they've taken that knowledge, clearly, and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying in the international game.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Now here's Van Vliet. Brooks setting a pick for Van Vliet. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 22. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Thomas on target from 13 feet. Thomas got 17 points here in the second half.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Brooks setting a pick for Van Vliet. And the basket is good. Van Vliet's got 24.
And the stroke of Van Vliet is so nice, proving once again why he's so valuable to this team.
To the paint. Fade away. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
He gets it in there. Thomas got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
To the middle. And Adams gets it to go down on the assist by Brooks. Brooks has got his 6th assist on the night. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the basket by Thomas.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Pass to Adams. Now here's Van Vliet. Over Dillingham. Van Vliet can't get it to go. And so Thomas will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Van Vliet following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Shoots from the elbow. Over in the corner, Green. And here's Brooks from outside. Sinks the triple.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Garza. Adams defending. Garza the pass to DiVincenzo. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Garza. A three-pointer off the mark. Brooks against Ingles. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
They get it back. Garza, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steven Adams picks one up.
First team foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep, and until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
And he can't get the first one. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Thompson comes in for Aaron Holiday. And it's Green in for Fred VanVleet. Brooks outside. Şengün with a screen on DiVincenzo. A three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, and after not making any triples in the first half, that's his second since the break.
Pass to Thomas. Over Green. Almost, but it rolls out.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
On the wing, Green. Over by Conley. Şengün with a screen on DiVincenzo. Brooks misses.
And that's one he wants back. Just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Here's Thomas. Oh, and the jam by Thomas.
Well, Conley is an excellent decision maker and floor general for this team.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Brooks. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. That free throw good from Thomas. Hey, Coach Van Gundy, what advice would you give to the teams that are rebuilding around their young players?
Well, generally, Kevin, what I would say is get some veteran leadership, some veteran presence on your team also, so that you have guys that can show the young guys what professionalism is and help them in their adjustment to the NBA.
Getting the right kind of veteran, right? With the right kind of message.
That's a great point. Just having an older guy is not the answer.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Outside, Green. Houston moving the ball around. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pros?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
And the second free throw, good. Minnesota leading by 23. Pass to Alexander Walker. Wants to get it to Reed, and does. Back to Alexander Walker. There's the triple. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Green breaking loose, and Thompson gets it to go.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. Pass to Thomas. Good work there as it goes. Thomas got 44.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Whitmore. Now Green over Conley, and it's Houston with another.
And you can tell Green is a competitive player, willing to put in the sweat to find looks.
Outside Edwards. Alexander Walker with the ball. Outside Thomas. Three-pointer. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's Thompson off the drive. Can't cash in from close range. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Minnesota. And here's Edwards. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But, you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet comes in for Green. The Timberwolves also with the sub. McDaniels checked in. And so he hits both. Rockets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Pass to Şengün. Over Thomas. And it's good off the back rim and in. 22 points for Şengün.
For as hard as Şengün plays, he's always so relaxed on the floor.
Here's McDaniels. Thomas sets a screen for McDaniel. They get the rebound. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Green from the arc. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Brooks against McDaniel. Here's Reed. The baseline jumper goes down.
Yeah, really not where you expect Reed to shoot from, but he clearly made the right choice by taking that shot.
Pass to Şengün. Green deciding where to go with it. Şengün with a screen on Edwards. And rebounds again.
And he's having as dominant a game on the boards as you'll ever see. He might set a new franchise record.
He's controlling this game with his rebounding alone. If he breaks the single game record, he's setting a very, very high bar. And here's Thompson after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. VanVleet passes to Şengün. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. Rebound, Minnesota. Edwards got 4 rebounds in this game. And a few years back, the NBA coach decided to change how they do take fouls. It appears it's had the impact they wanted, don't you think?
I certainly do, Kevin. I thought it was a great rule change. There's almost nothing more exciting in NBA basketball than the fast break. And take fouls were limiting that. Now that we've gotten rid of those, we're really getting to see the athleticism of NBA players.
Because we want to see the finish, don't we? We want to see what happens when they do get off on that kind of break.
That's where the excitement happens.
Now, here's Reed. Following the miss by Dylan Brooks. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Conley's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Thompson. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Pass to Reed. Thompson comes with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them. So it's Minnesota now. Following the score by Houston, here's Edwards, and Edwards with the stop.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Here's Thompson. After the basket, but grabs the rebound again.
Boy, this guy plays hard, acting like every board is his.
Would you believe he's tied the team record for most rebounds in a game? I mean, this is unbelievable. Now, here's McDaniels. Here's Thomas. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And an aggressive inside play there from Van Vliet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
Houston, Fred Van Vliet, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so Van Vliet nails both of them. Now Dillingham. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Mike. Congrats on the win. It looked like you guys stayed with your identity tonight. You think so?
Yeah, we wanted to just play our game, stick to what we do best, get the ball inside, score in the paint, just try to make easy plays. And I think that's what we did, and we're able to just build off of that.
You guys are one of the best teams at staying to what you do. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And as we part ways, we present our player of the game.